Hey there, gang. Aloha. Oops, sorry. My window's not set. There we go. Now you guys can see me better. How are y'all? We are on Aloha Friday, and yep, there they go, like clockwork. Oh my gosh, who is playing? I've got dogs running back and forth at like high speed, but one of them can have one of these. See, it's the only way that works. Okay, and the other one's running too fast for me to do anything about it. And yes, Rosalie, we're live. And we got Rosalie in the house, and I'm so happy. Okay, let me give one more sweet potato out. Okay, they are set. To start with, the question everyone always asks, is there cantina tonight? Yes, we have cantina tonight. Basically, put it this way, 2 hours from now, we'll start cantina. So start your clocks. I will post the link as soon as I'm done with this. I will share the link for that. I need to just set both links at the same time, and I just never do it. So we'll fix that for the future. So anyhow, yes, Sleuth made it. Okay, I'm starting at the bottom of the list. That's not right. I'm supposed to start at the top and then go down. But Sleuth is here. And first of all, my dear Rosalie is here. And we got Rosalie back, and I'm so happy. I've missed Rosalie. I've missed hanging out and all, girl. I really have, but I've heard you've been having fun on some weekends. So we'll just leave it at that. That's a cantina discussion. So thank you and love you, my dear. And then Sherry, for those of you who did not see, go up in the chat. Don't look at it now, please. Oh, okay, you can. You got a couple minutes, but no, afterwards, while you're waiting for our next stuff and after Sirens, because Siren is going live later too tonight. Sherry, many of you guys have seen Sherry in the chat a lot, and Sherry is awesome. Sherry has started her own channel. And I've known this is in there. We've been seeing, okay, her Tea with Grandma Sherry popping up. And I saw her first video from today. Damn, that girl can edit. Jeez. Her first video, and it's edited like professionally. And I'm like, what the heck? I can't wait. I can't wait to hear more from her channel. I mean, the first one is just pretty much introducing who she is, what she does, her background, and what she wants to do with the channel. Oh, I cannot wait. You guys got to check out Sherry. The video is awesome. And we will be sharing links out for sure on all those. Let's see, who else do we have here? Tammy, I don't know what it is about YouTube. When you see people's faces, names pop up, your face goes, you get so, and I'm the same way. I see all of a sudden, I tell myself, okay, wait, people are just coming in. I don't have to, I'm busy. I've got all this. No, I got to be in there. Yeah, I want to talk story. Come on. And then Frank's here. Frank. And hey, Frank. Oh my God, I love this. And he said Sleuth may be here or may not be here depending on reception. And I do notice I'm still going down the list, but I saw a Sleuth name down there. So love you, Frank. And let's see, Siren. And like I said, Siren will have a live going on 1 hour from now on his channel. So we're going to be finishing this one up in time for people to head over there. And no, dogs, we are not barking. I gave you a whole sweet potato you could have eaten. No, a whole slice, not a whole sweet. Yeah, okay. These are good, actually. They really smell wonderful. If you like the smell of sweet potato, oh my God, it smells good. So who else do we have here? We said hi. Aquarian baby. My other Aquarius. We got a couple Aquarius in this house. We definitely got a couple Aquarius in this house. And I'm so happy because it's Aquarius rules. Sorry, Robbie. It's Aquarius, not Gemini. It's Aquarius. Oh, shit. I'm in trouble now. Brandy is here. Hey, Brandy. How you doing, my dear? Love you, my dear. And let's see. Is that about everything? I see a Sleuth popped in there with everything. Hello. Sleuth Mom has been on a very well-deserved vacation. And even within that, she had all this content pre-prepped and all that, so she was still doing good throughout her vacation, which amazes me. Oh my gosh. So anyhow, it looks like that's where we are. Sorry, the dogs are going to go ballistic now for a few minutes. I started this last week. All three of my dogs are short-haired now. Crystal's here. Hey, girl, love you, my dear. Sorry, my thumbs. I've been having arthritis really bad here, so my thumb isn't quite doing the way it used to. And but I love you still. So, yeah, Frank, how dare she go on vacation and forget all of us? She's not supposed. I mean, come on now. Vacation? We're enough. She should be happy enough with just us here. Come on now. So, but yeah, no. I came home from vacation and the dogs were a little more matted than I wanted to put them through dematting with because that would hurt them. So I finally decided, okay, it's going to take me another year to grow out hair, but I've been cutting them short and I still got work to do, but my little Cassie is a total rat dog now. She's got a little bit of her tail and ears, and that's it. She's a rat dog. So, anyhow, Canine! Oh my gosh, Canine's here too, and KDK. Everyone else is coming. I'm not going to get to my own subject because people keep walking in, and I'm going to say hi to every one of them because I miss seeing them around. Love you guys. Mwah. Aloha and love ya. So, subject for today. Drink first. I got me hot tea here. It's a stress relief made with kava and cinnamon, and it's actually pretty damn good. And I would drink in the British way, but this freaking cup is too... Isn't this cool? When it's cold, it doesn't have any lightsabers. It's just the bottoms. But once it gets hot, you can tell I've used it a lot because it's all, broken out. So, but it's awesome. Michelle, how you doing, Michelle? Hey, girl. In fact, I'm going to talk a little bit about our little secret thing, not secret thing, but a couple of us have, because it's part of the whole idea of social media. Actually, there's my segue. Thank you, Michelle, for providing me my segue. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all these areas of social media. Okay, we all join social media for positive reasons, yeah? There's so many positive reasons, but over time, as we get onto it, we start seeing all these toxic sides to it, all these behaviors that they're not what we were there for. And what tends to happen at that point, we end up having to go one of two ways. We either go down the road with all that toxic behavior, okay, and maybe even enter into it ourselves, or we abandon social media pretty much completely or heavily, okay? It's hard. Is there a way in the middle? That's something I'm always looking at. I'm always trying to find out, is there a way I can meet somewhere in that middle ground? Because I can tell you, YouTube, the year and 5 months, 6 months that I've really been into YouTube like this, I have met some of my best friends ever. I have had some of the best amazing memories of meeting up with some of those friends, talking on the phone with some of those friends. They're friends that are on the same level as my friends that I spend my weekends with and things like that. YouTube, social media, Facebook, all of these things, they are awesome. But there is, plain and simple, to social media, there is the good, the bad, the ugly, and the downright freaking ugly side of it. It is just, there's some days I look at it and I'm like, I was never one to buy a lot of the tabloids to begin with, and yet I feel like I'm living a tabloid. That's not right. That's not good. That can't be healthy. It can't be healthy. Okay, yes, a little bit of excitement, frustration, drama, whatever, maybe. Okay, we all have it from the time we're born to the time we die. There's always a little of something in the world. But when it takes over everything that we're doing, then we have issues. So I wanted to actually, many of you guys know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we talk about mental health on Fridays. Usually we talk about things, anxiety, depression, okay, all those other different things. I wanted to start looking, last week I talked about how there is more than just, mental health does not equate to mental illness. Mental illness can be something that is part of your mental health makeup, but But it is hey LFT, how you doing, my dear? Love you. Thanks for popping by. And Tia, hey Tia, love you. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for dropping by. Yeah, mental illness makes up a lot of who we are and how we react to things and things like that. But it does not equate to mental health. So you can have a mental illness and actually be in really damn good mental health state. Okay, so it does not, these things do not necessarily have to go hand in hand. Hey Pandora, how you doing? So when I was looking at this month being Mental Health Month, it dawned on me, a lot of us are sitting here day in, day out on, and I'm saying YouTube because this is YouTube, but for many of us, okay, how many of you guys have been involved in toxicity in other areas of social media? Put a 1 in chat. If you have been in toxic situations in places other than YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like that. Okay, I've been lucky I haven't had that happen, but it's so Aquarian baby, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I'll double check for sure, but thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, a lot of us run into these things. We're going to see drama. We're going to see the toxic side of social media. So I think the only thing we can do is learn how to recognize it and learn how to address it when it's coming around to us. And I've seen, does life count? Life totally counts. Would you stop whining? Oh my gosh, these dogs. And so learning how to recognize these things when you're around them. Sorry, pull out more treats. Okay. And so that you're catching a hold of the toxicity before the toxicity grabs hold of you. You can then make those decisions how you're going to address it. I know some of you just here in this group right here because we've had talks before. Some of you decide, you know what, I'm just going to disappear. Maybe you're in a chat group and you know that tends to get a little more dramatic here or there. So you just don't pay attention to that group, but you're there in case anyone ever needs you. Things like that. You are taking care of yourself. You're developing boundaries for yourself so that you can still get the benefits of social media. Okay, all of those sides that we talk about here, the friendships, okay, where, for example, Canine, I can go to Canine and I can talk story with Canine, and if I'm having a rough time, she's there. Okay, last night there was a group of people in here. Michelle was one of them. I was having a great time. We were talking about diamond painting. It was awesome. It was so awesome. And I never would have had that chance if it hadn't been for social media. So I think it's important to have that. But exactly like Living Like Phoenix just said, boundaries are wonderful. You need to have them. And Rosalind, been hiding out for a bit. Exactly. Those are the things many of us have to do, and there's no problem with doing that. There's no problem. It's like taking if you're on a job that is really, you love it, but it's stressful. You have to take these vacation days, and I remember having to, okay, many of you guys know I'm a nursing home administrator. I've had to sit down with employees and say, I know you don't want to take a vacation, but you need this vacation. Okay, not only have you maxed out your vacation, so that's one thing, but the real issue is you need time away from the stresses that it causes. So taking time off, things like that, is so important with this. So what I wanted to do today is pretty much a couple areas. Number one, I wanted to talk about the good of social media, the bad, and then I wanted to talk about the types of people you find on social media. The ones that, unfortunately, we run into and we don't want to be around, and the ones that you do run into that you want to surround yourself with, because those are the ones who are going to teach you the lessons you need during your own journey. And so let's start with the good. Okay, oh yes, Tia Dash loves some boundaries. Is that? I love, I'm trying to get better at following the chat at the same time as this. So sorry, gang, I'm still learning, but I'm getting there. And so first, the good. Okay. like I said, we all came to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all expecting the good. That's what we expected. Now, I don't know about you. I found some good that I never expected that I would find. I have actually learned certain things for my own mental health that I've been working on for years, and it took coming to YouTube to actually develop those skills, because I was never given a chance to exercise those skills. And if you don't have that chance to exert boundaries, for example, if you are living, especially during COVID, say during COVID, you weren't coming on YouTube or stuff like that, you weren't given a chance to really work on those boundaries, right? You kind of live your life, but you never have that chance to use the boundaries, work on the boundaries, find out how to explain a boundary. But all of a sudden, I found myself being able to exercise those skills where in the past I never had really a good chance to exercise them. So a lot of things that I never thought I'd be able to do, I was able to. So one of the first things I wanted to mention, okay, on the good is it allows us to communicate with friends and family. Okay, especially for me out here living out in Hawaii, it is hard to communicate with my friends and family on the mainland. I grew up moving all over the place. Okay, I changed schools every frickin' 2 years from first grade through senior year in high school. Every single 2 years on the dot, it was a new school. I can say right now, I'm on Facebook with some of my best friends from 7th and 8th grade, even younger. Was I connected with them all these years? No. What happened was 10 years ago or so, I was on Facebook and I started searching friends' names. Oh my gosh, so-and-so's on YouTube. Oh my gosh, look at this. This person's here. And I reconnected with them. That's something, if I had not taken that step on Facebook, I never would have reconnected with these people that were some of my closest friends. They knew stuff about me no one else knew about me. Okay, because we went through our teenage years together. And I loved it. Okay, we talk once every month or two we talk now. Okay, but we never would have had it otherwise. Hey, Savage. And a lot of people are abandoning Facebook. A lot of people are doing that. And especially the younger group. Okay, I stage managed for a show recently, and I'm like, hey, you got to come into our Facebook group. And they're like, I don't have Facebook. And I'm like, what? But anyhow, next thing is finding new friends. So the same way that you can reconnect with old friends, you find new friends. This is what I was talking about with Michelle a few minutes ago. Many people know about, okay, Robbie has his YouTube mod chat. It's more friend chat than it is anything else. And we got talking about diamond painting last night. Seriously, all we were doing was talking about, oh, I diamond paint. And then, okay, Michelle's like, oh, I do it too. And then next thing you knew, both of us had this feeling, okay, and Stephanie's also part of it, did not think anyone else liked doing these things. But we found people who did. And we created a separate group just for us to share pics so we didn't torture the rest of the group. We didn't want to do that. And it was amazing last night. We went on for hours. Oh, yeah, go to this channel here because, okay, if you want to buy anything, okay, from this website, here's my referral link or this is, and yeah, Michelle, now we are besties. It's so much fun. And without social media, I never would have met that. I would never have met Michelle. I would have never have known there was someone else besides me who sits here and watches YouTube and uses my diamond painting right here. You can't see it right here, but I've got it all set up right here. It's so much fun because we get to meet new people and what's diamond painting, LFT? Okay, this one is huge, gang, sorry. This is diamond painting. You're basically, there you go. That's diamond painting. And for me, think of it this way, it's cross stitch. using small little plastic drills. And it is the most calming thing to do. Okay, I can't, cross stitch is hard for me now. Okay, like I said, I'm getting arthritis. My eyes aren't quite the way they used to be. But this is so much fun. Hey, Katie K. And also, we had fun. We found friends. We found a community. Okay, not always, okay, does everyone get along, so you find different ways that we can work with each other. That is an amazing side to all this. Next is giving you a vehicle where you can promote or join a cause. Okay, many of you guys know, okay, my channel started off, it was just going to be a place that I could actually do this and come together with my friends, Cantina. That's what my channel started out. It was called Craft and Chat initially. Okay, that's all it was. But I realized very quickly that there are certain things that as I got to join other communities, they became passions of mine. Okay, mental health, one of them. Missing people, another one of them. Okay, missing people, not just missing people, but the missing people that no one else talks about. So it gives us that ability to promote things and do things. Hey, Robbie, how you doing, my dear? And it gives us that chance to really have our causes that we care about and do something about it. Without YouTube, how easy would it be for me to be going out and sharing the story of a 5-year-old who disappeared a year and a half ago, that no one has ever heard their name, and introduce them to new people? It's an amazing side. Oh my gosh, Robbie, if we can get you and your man on Canteen, oh my God, that will be we will have fun. So it gives us that ability. Definitely. And most of us, that's one of the reasons why we love joining into YouTube, starting channels, things like that. We want to share something that is important to us. Next, it offers us a place to go for emotional support and a way to help others with emotional support. Put a 1 in chat if you find it easier to talk to people on chat, YouTube, text, whatever, about the things that are upsetting you personally as compared to the friends that you hang out with face to face. Put a 1 in chat if it's easier for you to talk to those types of people here online as compared to in person. Something I've discovered since I first started coming onto social media way back in like 1998, 99, back in the Delphi days and stuff like that. Save Robbie, that's fair. That's fair. Especially with certain people, if you've met certain people that allow you to open up that way. I found myself back in the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s, opening up on Delphi forums about my past, I have an issue from my past, that involves abuse and stuff like that. And I found I could not talk to people personally about that because I didn't want to let on to people I'm dealing with anxiety or PTSD or things like that. But I was able to create with friends online a support group where people could come together and do stuff to help each other heal. Now, it, like everything else, had its drama and stuff like that. And did it work the best? It worked really well for a while, and then it did not quite as much. I realized I moved to a new level. But there is definitely a lot. It's easier to talk to people here. I don't know why that is. Because it also means people could abuse it very much easier, too. You don't know, are people telling the truth or not sometimes? But for myself, I find it much easier when I'm having a rough night. I might have a harder time going to one of my good friends on text and saying, oh yeah, I'm really having a triggery night or something. but I can go to many of you guys and chat here and say, yeah, I'm kind of triggery tonight. I don't know what's going on with myself, but something's happening. It's just something about that. I don't know. And I know there will do the same thing. We all support each other back and forth that way. So that is a positive. It is a very big positive that people can do that. And last on the good sit, I'm sure there's many, many, many other things, but it's the outlet it gives us. Okay, look at all the creatives we have in this chat. People who sing, people who create videos. I mean, look at Save Robbie Sings. Sherry did amazing editing work for her first video. Okay, and I'm looking at the creativity in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look, I can't wait to see what she does with all this. Hey guys, shh. Sorry, I think someone just came to my front door or something. Hey guys, shh. And so we run into, sorry, let me give them their treats. And so it's okay, Mom, it's okay. They'll shush. Yeah, no, Mom's talking to them. So, okay, here, treats. Mom, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Because as long as she's there, they're going to keep barking. Okay, here we go. So, having that outlet, that place that you can go and create videos. I see people who have the most amazing, cartoons, or they can take some, we see clip art channels. And I see some clip art channels are so creative. The way that they can pull different artistic things together and all that, it's just amazing. And it really is something that impresses me. Okay, but that's what YouTube's giving them, is that ability to take their creativity and share it outwards. Okay, now, it's like so many other things in life. Okay, you can have this ability to have the outlet. It's what you do with the outlet that makes the difference. Okay, so, thank you, Tammy. And and that's half of the fight most of the time. It's what people use it for that makes the difference. Okay, are you using it for a positive side or to cause trouble side? Okay, and that's something we have to keep in the back of our head. I love to see people when they're doing, I hear people use the trauma word all the time. And in a way, it's frustrated me because I've seen so many amazing true crime channels. And at this point, that word has taken away from the really amazing work that I see being done on other channels. Okay. Tia and LFT were just doing an amazing thing on the prisoner and the prison guard. Okay, that just escaped and she was killed and all that, died and all that. Amazing to see the stories and how they come out with these things. So it all comes down to how things are used. Now, we got to look at the bad. We've looked at the good. And one of the things I think you're going to find as we looked at the bad is a lot of times it's connected to why things are being used and in what way. Okay. And what access we give them to ourselves. That's the thing I'm learning. I have the control over allowing it to upset me or not upset me. I have the ability to say, I don't care if you're going say my name. I don't care. Okay, because I know who I am and my friends know who I am and all, and I don't need to step into that drama field, if that makes sense. So it's what you do with it that makes the difference. So the first thing with bad is a lot of times I found that social media and the toxic side of it starts making you feel inadequate, about yourself. Okay, we get into, hey, Sherry, I have been talking like crazy about how amazing your video has really impressed me, girl. Social media has a way of making us second guess ourselves. Maybe it's the looks, because people, I don't know why, but they love to attack looks. People love to attack looks, maybe because it's easy. I don't know. But they love to do that. And if you start seeing and hearing that over and over, people start feeling more and more inadequate about themselves. Because if you hear someone say something to you over and over, you start wondering, is there truth behind it? On Twitter or Instagram, you are seeing all the time nothing but pictures. Okay, if you're a preteen girl, we talk about this all the time for preteens. You see all of these models and all that look amazing, and yet these girls don't realize they're heavily filtered, and okay, they've had paintbrush galore and stuff like that. But people start feeling inadequate because they're like, oh, I don't look like that person. Even ourselves, how many of us have used filters? Nothing wrong with filters. But why are we using the filters? Are we using the filters because it's fun and something we want to do? That's very, very possible. I know I've done that. I've sat and done stupid filters just to laugh. Or gorgeous fashion filters because I want to see what my eyes look like green or something like that. Yes, Christola, you can. But as long as no drama related, Christola, that's all I ask. However, a lot of times I think many of us, we put out the filter because we are feeling slightly worried about what people are going to say about us. So if I put that filter on, you're not doing it because of the fun and you want to share something fun or pretty or interesting or something like that. It's more like, well, if I don't use this filter, then maybe someone's going to make a comment about what my nose looks like or my cheekbones or, oh my gosh, I had that zit on my face or something like that. So we start making the decisions to change what we look like because of what social media is telling us. Major issue that I've always had an issue with. Or even how you act. Okay, how many times, okay, especially recently, you hear quite often people will say, well, do you agree with how that person acts? Well, you're not saying anything publicly. So you start thinking, well, the only correct way I can react then is to do it publicly and stuff. No. What is wrong with if your heart tells you you talk to people seriously behind the scenes and talk to them one-on-one with respect, that you just do that? But you start feeling like you're inadequate because everyone else is telling you how you should be doing it, rather than doing what you feel in your heart is what's right. And so that inadequacy just starts covering so much of what we do. Oh my gosh, Sherry, a filter to make you a zombie. Now, that's a filter I'd love to play with. I love playing with filters like that. Next is the me thing. Okay, you've got your Facebook, you've got your Instagram, you've got your YouTube, you've got all these different places, and everything tends to surround you, right? A lot of times, especially with the picture stuff. Selfie after selfie after selfie after selfie. Okay, everything's always going back to, and over time, where it starts off just sharing these things just to share them, you start becoming a bit more self-absorbed. Hey, Darren, a bit more self-absorbed behind that. Okay, you're always worried about, okay, I'm looking really great on this, or I'm looking this way on that, or, oh, look at how people are, look how many people gave me a thumbs up on this, or look how many subs I've got, or look how many, okay, people came to my chat last night, or stuff like that. You become very self-absorbed because all you're looking at is the surface of what is there. You've forgotten all of those positives that we just talked about. Okay, the positives, which 9 times out of 10, if you looked at them, they were addressing people outside of you. Now, all of a sudden, on this toxic side, you're looking much more egocentric. Exactly, Grandma Sherry. Very, very much more egocentric. You are looking at yourself and how you can push forward, okay, keeping yourself at the forefront, rather than remembering what else is all around everything. Next is fear. This one happens a lot. I myself, you guys know I just came back from Disneyland. I knew I'd be gone for a whole week. I am not going to sit here and lie and say I didn't worry about being gone for a whole week. We know how YouTube moves. One day in YouTube is like a month in real life, yeah? And there was this fear that I was going to miss out. Every time I picked up my phone while I was waiting in a line, I would go check things and I'd notice, oh, so-and-so did a live. Oh my gosh, what's going on with this? And it felt like everything in the world was happening that one week. This fear that you're going to miss out, okay, is, I think, one of the biggest negative sides of social media. Because we're so much FOMO. Exactly, Sherry. I was hoping someone would use that word. Okay, this whole idea that, you know what, everything, many of us, we get our self-esteem from YouTube. So if you're not there for that week, oh my gosh, people aren't going to be telling you what an amazing person you are. What am I going to do? Oh, people aren't going to be able to tell me if that new color of eyeshadow is a good eye color or shadow color or stuff. Okay, you run into these things. Anxiety builds from there. Okay, and what happens is that fear of missing out becomes this push forward where you're going further and further and you're wanting to be there every minute of the day. And when you step back and try to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to take a week off for my vacation. Okay, or I'm going to take a night off. I've spent the last 2 nights with my mom watching movies. Okay, and I'm loving every moment of it. But I will be honest, I've had a couple times all of a sudden, okay, Robbie, you're at fault for this. And I get done with my movie and I open up my phone for the first time and I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed a live. Oh God, because now I have to watch the replay, which is amazing. Replay's great, but I love the chat. I love talking to people in chat. Now I don't have them to talk to. What do I do? And also that fear of missing out is freaking real. It is so real. Next, believe it or not, is an increased fear of isolation. Thinking about how you're sitting there on YouTube, okay, and I've seen people do this. How many of you guys, put a 1 in chat, if you ever found yourself sending a text or a message in chat privately, whatever, to someone saying, are you mad at me? You haven't said anything to me lately, or, oh, I think you said something here. Are you mad at me? I know I could put a 1 in there. I've done it multiple times. Because all of a sudden, what am I thinking? Oh gosh, all of these chats, all of these, lives, all these, messenger groups, all these discords, whatever, and these people aren't talking to me. Oh my gosh, I sent them a message like 10 minutes ago. They should have gotten back to me by now, yeah? I'm sure, because, oh my gosh, even worse, they saw it. You're in Messenger and you see their little face there and you're like, oh my gosh, they read that. Why didn't they get back to me? And next thing you know, you are feeling more and more isolated, like you've done something wrong, when in reality, the person is in their car and can't do anything about it. But you're freaking out. I know I've done it multiple times and probably will multiple times in the future. Okay, or you walk into a chat and people who normally say hi to you don't say hi to you all of a sudden. That isolation just starts building. Okay, it becomes one thing and it just keeps building from there because everything does move so quickly on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and the concern that something may be going on that you don't know about. Maybe the reason why this person isn't getting back in touch with you is because someone has told them something that isn't true. But you don't know that. So it really, that isolation gets worse and worse, it seems. Next, and I'm sorry, gang, it does this. It puts you at a higher risk for depression and anxiety. We look at teens, okay, teenagers who are living in this type of society, I guess, culture, okay, find themselves at a much higher risk for depression and anxiety than an earlier generation like mine. Okay, because all these things we're talking about are real for them, on top of all the fears of growing older and the hormones and stuff like that. It's the same with us. Okay, if I find I hurt someone's feelings by mistake, okay, I don't mean to hurt their feelings, but I realize I've hurt their feelings, okay, and that's something that is always an issue for me, because I don't ever want to hurt someone's feelings. It's very important to me that I don't hurt someone. I firmly believe that treat others the way you want to be treated, and I would never want to hurt someone's feelings. So if all of a sudden I feel that I've hurt someone's feelings, I can see myself go down a little more depressed. I do. I become more depressed, more anxious, more nervous about everything going on. And then last in the bad category is cyberbullying, cyber harassment. We are seeing this way too much. We have always seen this, but I'm in agreement with many people right now that it's getting worse and it needs to stop. And the only way it can stop is ourselves, right? No one else can stop it but ourselves. And we can't control other people. And that's what makes it harder, is because you're changing, so you're wanting to change other people too, but you can't. They've got to make that decision on their own. So all we can do is trust ourselves and believe in ourselves that we are doing what's right. Okay, at least right in our eyes. It may not be right in someone else's eyes, but if you truly feel that, if you set yourself, let me ask you guys in chat right now, are there certain things that you feel as a social media connoisseur, whatever you want to call it, okay, should never happen? Okay, subjects, thoughts, words, things like that. I know, okay, for me, well, because I know we got a time delay here. For me, there's two things that I've always had a problem with. Number one is name calling. I don't like name calling. To me, it makes me feel like I'm back in high school or grade school even. Okay, the name calling just becomes, okay, tit for tat, finger pointing, stuff like that. It's just not something that I get enjoyment out of. And the other one I honestly have a major issue with is when people criticize other people's relationship with God or any level of faith. Okay, that is something that each of us, our relationship with a higher power is a personal feeling. It's a personal relationship. No one knows what's in someone else's heart. We can guess, but we don't know. So when people sit there and say, oh, well, that person's not acting Christian-like, or that person is going to hell, or this person is whatever, I'm like, how do you know? How do you know what's in their heart? So those are the things that those are my two. Okay, I'd love to. I know people will say, well, definitely slurs. Exactly. Okay, slurs, children, all these things, we talk about that. I would love to see us as a community come up with things that we all try to work on individually. Okay, what are 3 things you're going to try to focus on not saying? Because the problem is with cyberbullying and cyber harassment, I can probably guarantee you 90% of people who are participating in cyberbullying and cyber harassment do not realize what they're doing. They're getting pulled into it because they're sitting in a chat or they're sitting with a group of friends, and one person starts and then another person starts, and then people want to start. All of us want to fit in, right? No one really feels comfortable being the odd man out, yeah? Even if it isn't a chat where you can just be quiet. You don't want, because you want people to like you. So people find themselves feeling more comfortable saying things and making the comments themselves. I've done it. I've caught myself doing it multiple times. And I actually get very upset with myself at those times, because that means I'm not following the rules that I've set up for myself. So cyberbullying, cyber harassment is freaking real. It is very, very real. I see it happening on a day in, day out basis. Okay, people, and part of it is people don't understand. Certain words may have different feelings or meanings for different people. Okay, one person may have an intention behind stuff. Oh, I love that one there. Prescribing intentions or guilt in true crime communities. It's horrible. Okay, we get all these armchair detectives. People who make decisions, okay, and decide they know what the other person is thinking about. And yes, Christola, people, you have one or two trolls who turn everyone else into trolls. Not everyone. I'm going to take that out, because there's never 100%. Okay, nothing is black and white. Nothing is 100%. You've got people who do not feel right when that's happening. They do not feel right when they make that comment, and then they sit there and they're like, damn, I can't believe I just said that. But if I delete it now, everyone's going to notice that I deleted it, so I'll just, yeah. So it's there, and I think that's probably, I would love to see us all come together as a community and talk about this. How can we get rid of it? What can we do to address these issues? We're all human. We all make mistakes. Okay, I do love the block button, Tammy. You know, that is definitely, for many people, that is the perfect thing. Okay, that's your boundaries. And that's where we talk about having your boundaries. How can you stop yourself before it becomes too much? Okay, have that boundary so that you don't get to that point. Sherry, yes, viewers can sometimes bring in bad energy that makes the chat riled up. I've seen that before, where one person actually comes in and boom, it's gone. And so there's a lot of the things, okay, that just start building, living like, I think one of the main issues we have is so many of us come here due to our insecurities. You are so smart, girl. Okay, so we tend to get pulled into bullshit because we want to fit in with the group that way. Exactly. And it's hard for many of us to say we have those insecurities. Because again, getting back to this whole thing of mental health, people are scared to say they are having a rough time. So we start trying to deal with it in the only way we can, rather than helping other people. Okay, and yes, Aquarium Baby, I've seen creators start it. It starts on so many different levels. And what we need to realize is and yes, Siren, I know you're getting ready to start, so I'm going to finish this one up real quick, because you will be starting in about 12 minutes. So I want to make sure we finish in time for yours. But yeah, the cyber harassment, cyber bullying is something I really would love to see, because it happens on all sides. Guys, you can't lie. Okay, it happens on all sides. We've all been in a chat where we see it popping up, either for the creator or against the creator, or for a different creator or against, all in one place. It happens all over the place. And sometimes these cyber bullies and cyber harassment people are actually purposely doing that to create more discontent. Because you know what? If they can create more discontent, more drama, more craziness, chaotic, okay, stuff, then that's exactly what they want. And recognizing that is really important. So, to go through this next thing, so we kind of went through this. Let me see. There we go. So, there's different types of people, okay, that we meet on social media. And I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. Okay, these are the people that we meet that we may not necessarily want to be around, but we need to recognize. It's important to recognize them so that we can address whatever they're going to do in a different way. Okay, the first is the person, the drainer. Okay, these are the people who they drain you. Okay, they put you down for no reason. They're negative, 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 negative Nancy's, negative Neds. All they do is just say things that just, you feel all the energy in your body just pull out and it drops. Okay, you feel that negativity. You feel that it's pulling all the positive emotions that are in you and just pulling every bit out. And you do find yourself drained by the end of it. Next is the victim. Okay, your victim is, and we've all seen these, okay, they blame everyone else for their issues. Yes, I am the first one to say, as a abuse survivor, okay, that, you know what, someone else was to blame for what happened to me. But you know what? I take the responsibility for me picking up, learning my skills, and using whatever was given to me and becoming a stronger person. And not getting stuck in that place where all I can think about is that abuse or that failure or that issue. Okay, so the victim is always, they can't get past one thing, one incident, one occurrence. They're stuck there. And they're going to continue to look and try to point out everyone else rather than realizing the key to them feeling better, the key to them being able to move forward is recognizing what needs healed in their heart. That's what's going to become the problem there. The bossy one. These are the ones, like I said, you get the trolls that love to come into a chat and they drop a comment in chat knowing it's going to blow chat up, right? They're going to sit there and drop that comment. Everyone's going to blow up. You're going to have fireworks galore. And they're just sitting back there. There you go. Yep, I see it. I see it. Or creators who do the same thing. They sit there and they make comments knowing that it's going to trigger people that are either in their chat or not in their chat. Or they ask people to do stuff knowing that it'll do that. And then they sit back and just watch it all fall apart. Because that energy is what's giving them their energy. Next, tied very closely to this is that narcissist. And yes, KDK, there are combinations galore of these. Okay, there are certain people that I'm like, I think see all of them in this person. Okay, you're narcissist. And I'm not going to get into all the clinical side of narcissism and stuff like that. That's for a different day. Your narcissist is going to lift themselves up by putting everyone else down. They're going to see the problems that they have with themselves, and they're going to put them and talk about them on someone else. That's what the narcissist is going to do. They're going to get you thinking twice about yourself and playing on your insecurities so that they feel better. And yes, it's done purposely. Okay. And yeah, living like Phoenix. There are the people. Today I woke up and I chose violence types. I woke up and I even decided I'm going to start. They actually plan. There are some people who will plan those things out. I'm not saying who or anything. I'm just saying there are people like that. We've all seen them out there. Okay, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, whatever, they're there. But what's important is when you know this list of people, you can start seeing what is going on. And if you can see, guys, knowledge is power. Understanding why people do what they do makes the difference, because it just puts so much out of your head. Those insecurities that would normally come to play don't have to come to play because you know already, okay, this is what's happening right now, and I see that. And can you change them? No. You're not going to change that victim. You're not going to change that bossy one or that narcissist. But what you can do is recognize the behavior, and you can change your response to it. Okay? And that response could be anything from thinking in a different way yourself, to turning off the channel, to saying something, to whatever. Everyone's got a different way. And that's why when people tell me there's only one way of dealing with things, I'm like, hold on, no, there isn't. Everyone deals with things in a different way, and we need to be more accepting of everyone's individuality. So now, who are the people you want to surround yourself with? And this is the last bit before we finish everything up. Who do you want to surround yourself with? Well, the first one are those people who are inspired. And we know these people. These are those people, they just have this light to them. They seem to always have this awesome idea. Okay, and you may see them at work. All these people that I'm talking about, you can see at work also. Okay, these are the ones that just have that light of creativity. They always have amazing, amazing ideas. I mean, you see them come out with this, and yet, yes, part of you might be kicking yourself because you're like, why didn't I think of that first? And but if you're around them and you're surrounding yourself with them, you can learn from them. Okay, and that's awesome. The next is the motivated. Okay, these are the ones who just keep pushing forward. They don't give up. They know what they want, and they're going to go after that. Okay, they're going to continue going after that. Okay, so finding those people are awesome because as you find yourself getting stuck, you can look at them and realize, you know what, look, yeah, no, they've pushed through this. They found a new way to approach this. How can I do the same thing in my own life? Next is the open-minded. So these are the people who teach you to see the whole picture. Okay, we need more of these people out there right now in my eyes, because so many of us are so focused on seeing just this is the way everything should be. This is the way everyone should react. This is the way everyone should talk. This is the way everyone should think, that we forget, you know, everyone's different. We all realize everyone has a different past, things like that. Goodbye, LFT. Thanks for dropping by, my dear. Love ya. Thanks. And that open-minded person is able to do that to us. They're able to help us understand that there's so much more there. Second to last is the passionate person. These are the people who have passion for what they do, and they just go, 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 go. Sleuth Mom. One of those passionate people. She has passion for bringing the story of missing kids to the forefront. Okay? And that passion shows. It shows in what she's doing. Okay? She shows me when I'm looking at her just how you can keep pushing forward on stuff like that. Okay, same with so many others in here who have things. Darren has a passion for records and all. And you know how much I've learned from listening to him talk about that? And how much I've seen from him really pushing himself forward and teaching and speaking what he knows about stuff. It's awesome. So those passionate people. And lastly are the people who are just grateful. Okay? They are the people who are positive. They're the people who are thankful for what they have no matter what. Okay, life may have sucked here or there, but you know what? Instead of looking for the negative, they see the positive and they move forward. Okay, the grateful person teaches us exactly how we can see that positive in anything we do, rather than letting nothing but negativity come down on top of us over and over. So those are the people that you want to look for. Those are the people you want to find. Okay, those are the people you want to surround yourself with. Those are the people you want to become. Okay, you want to learn from them so that you can start being able to address stuff in the same way, rather than addressing things as the victim or the drainer, okay, or the narcissist. That's what you want to be doing. So Want to thank you guys. I know we're starting over. We're going to be starting the countdown any minute for Siren, so please head over to Siren. I am going to be posting Cantina. We'll be starting in 1 hour from now, so please join us for Cantina. Head on over to Sirens for his. He's going to be showing us how to contour, and I've been waiting for this video forever, so I myself am heading there. If anyone has any information or would like to talk to me, please feel free to email me at thelocalmylife@gmail.com. I really would appreciate any thoughts, ideas that anyone has. And also, thank you guys. Love y'all. I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Head over to Siren. Siren just shared his link. So head on that way, and I'll see you there. And I'll see you back here for Cantina in 1 hour, 60 minutes starting now. Love you guys.